Hey Bodgers, welcome to the new people. I'm in my usual lay-by. Those that are new, there's quite a lot of you, about 120 odd. My name is Bodger, welcome to the channel. You see, I do a lot of history stuff and that sort of a thing, but every so often I'll whack out a Bodger blog. I'll park up in my favourite lay-by while I'm at work. I'm on my break, it's alright, don't panic. And yeah, I'll talk to the people about what's going on in my life or what's going on in politics, daily life. Hang on, struggling with the bin. There we go. Let's get in the cab away from the traffic. Right, let's get you set up, shall we? Got a bit to cover, really. I'll do my window up. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I'm Bodger, and welcome to the channel, all the new people. Yeah, I do a Bodger blog where I talk about all sorts of different stuff. I'll talk about politics or stuff on the world, or sometimes I'll talk about inventors or anything really. A lot of different subjects. This week's a bit different really for me. If you go back into the playlists of the blogs and things, you'll see I did one about my dad on Father's Day. And Dad came from a big family really. Let's just get you framed up a bit better, shall we, before we get into it. There we go. So yeah, Dad came from a big family. I think there was 7 boys and 1 girl. And things were tough for him, you know. His dad worked on the railways, and when Beeching did his thing, it affected that. And you know, although they was grown up by then really, it was into the 60s. But yeah, over this last week, I got the news that my auntie had died. She'd passed away. She was old, you know, and I kind of lost touch with her. I lost touch with a lot of my family really. It ain't deliberate, it really isn't. You know, there's no beef there or anything. It's just, you know, life takes over a bit, doesn't it? And you realise that time passes. And maybe you don't stay in touch with the people that you're supposed to have stayed in touch with. My dad died quite young really. He was in his mid-50s, and I lost my mum when she was in her 30s. So that older generation on that side of the family I didn't really stay in contact with. And it kind of drifted, and you know, life takes over, you have babies, you move, you get jobs, you know, same as anybody else, isn't it really? You know, my story isn't unique by any means. You know, it's just how it is, isn't it? But my dad and my auntie, they were the 2 youngest in the family, and they always had this kind of connection. She moved her way to Lancashire, to Colne in Lancashire, and I'd take him over there 3-4 times a year to go visit, and we'd have a weekend there and come back, whatever. And he thought a lot of her. She was a lovely woman. She always took in animals and things that had been rescued or was up against hard times, or the ones that had have something wrong with them and nobody else had take them on. You know, she had a very big heart really, and she was very rough and ready, you know, you knew where you were with her. She always she didn't mince her words, shall we say. You know, she was a typical Yorkshire woman. And you know, a spade was a spade, and that's that. But She never had a lot of money, you know. She was always struggling a bit. My dad helped her out where he could, you know. He offered to buy her house for her at one point, but she was too proud. She wouldn't take it. But time moves on, and you know, I lost my dad, and that was that, you know, and I didn't really see a lot of her. I saw the occasional time we'd see her at shop or whatever, and how are you doing and all the rest. But I never took the time to sit down with her and, you know, talk to her. I kind of feel a bit guilty about that. Because now it's too late, innit? It was too late with my dad. I didn't get a chance to say goodbye or out like that, and it's the same here. Yeah. So my cousin let me know. He let me know the bad news, and you know, he's doing all right. You know, it wasn't his mum or how. It was his auntie as well. You know, he was one of the sons of the other brothers. She does have a son. He lives away, but obviously he'll be coming back. So we'll have a bit of a catch up, I think. Because the thing is, because I didn't really see my mum or my dad get older, I didn't see them enter into old age. Kind of feels a bit weird, you know. Out of the relations I have on my dad's side, you know, she was one that I had a time, you know, I'd see and on a regular basis and that, and I don't know. It's just how life is, innit? If I could turn back time, I maybe would do things a bit different, but you can't, can you? You know, you just try and make it better for your own family, don't you? Where you can. And that's the thing, I mean, I look at Bodge Jr. and he reminds me very much of me, really. And yeah, out for a bit of fun, doing some of the dumbest things you've ever seen, but coming through the other end. He's had some hard times. Both my boys have. The eldest has as well. You know, he wanted to join the army at one point when he was a young teenager. And you know, he was looking to do that and he'd join cadets and seeing how we can get going. And then along comes epilepsy. Kind of scrubbed that idea for him. So it wasn't easy, you know, having to deal with that. And Junior, he had epilepsy as well. Luckily he's grown out of his as he's got older, and his manifested just with absences. You know, he'd be talking to you like I am now, and then he'd come back, you know. Whereas the eldest, he had the full-on, you know, tonic clonics and all the rest of it. Which has been, to begin with, it was stressful, me and the missus. But, you know, stressful for them as well. But we've got through all that, you know. It's not, I have to sympathy bleeding hearts, dying what my kids are about, really. You know, it's just the way things are. You play the cards that are dealt you. So did my auntie, you know. It wasn't easy for her. She did have a bit of a rough time at one point, and you know, she always came through. And I think that was the thing, it was always coming through, it was always getting back up. Every time you get knocked down, get your ass back up. Get on with it, you know. And I think all the families like that, really. We're all a bit resilient, shall we say. Keep calm. Deal with things when they need to be dealt with in the manner that they need to be dealt with. But, you know, there ain't a lot that phases us. I don't know, it could be genetics. What do you reckon? I don't know. Could be. But this one, yeah, she just got old, and you know, she had a few problems and stuff, and she was put into a care home, and you know, this one she couldn't get back up from. And she did some crazy things in her time, holy moly. She had goats and dogs and cats and God knows what. You know, if it had fur or feathers or fluff or whatever, she'd look after it. But yeah, you know, we move on, don't we? We move on. We always seem to move on. Get a kick in. Things don't go right. That's what I did when I found out that the lads had got epilepsy, you know. It's a kick in the teeth, but we get back up, we dust ourselves off and we keep pushing on. And hopefully they've learnt that, and you know, that's what they do really, me boys. I'm very proud of them for that. Turns out they are bodgers, shall we say, you know. Get on with it, see the funny side, you can have a laugh. And that's what my auntie and my dad were. You make somebody laugh, do it, have fun. My cousin is, he's the same, he's Luke. Hi Luke. Probably watching this, watching me blather on again. And his brothers, Malcolm, Alan, all the family really, we're all, I don't know, of the same ilk. You can tell who we are physically by looking at us, we all have that look. Tell which family we're from. Sometimes it's advantageous, sometimes it isn't. But now we're getting to be the older generation. My dad's generation have passed on, or they're getting older. My uncle Zach, he's a Rod Stewart lookalike, believe it or not. Went to Las Vegas to go see him and he got mobbed. Characters, I think that's the thing. We've all got characters. We've all got different characters. And I think, I don't know, maybe that's what kept me separate. I don't know, I don't know. I wasn't really separate. I was always welcomed by him. You know what I mean? And my cousins and my family. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say to you really, bodgers. I suppose out of it all, it's the moral to the story, I think, is no matter what life throws at you, right, keep going, alright? I mean that. I want you all just to keep going. Times is hard. Things are, sometimes you can't see a way out. And just by talking to somebody, I mean, like I say, I'm always open to messages. Just message me via Facebook, whatever. You can find me a group, The Bearded Bodger. Message me through that. I'll always make time for you. You know, I know what it's like to go through difficult times. And not all of us are as resilient. We can't always all get up, dust ourselves off. You know, when you've done something bloody stupid and, you know, you can't always get up, get on with job. Which kind of leads me into the family motto. I'll leave you with that, bodgers. And I'll leave you with some photographs of my family and some of the stuff that we get up to, and it might explain where I'm coming from a bit better than me waffling on at you. You'll see what sort of people we are, if that makes sense. We're unremarkably remarkable, I think, is the thing. So yeah, I'll leave you with this, which will explain the family motto as far as I can see it. Till next week, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'll see you later.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. When you get knocked down, you gotta get back up. I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I know enough to know. If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. I lit my brain with rot gut whiskey till my pain was chicken fried. And I had dudes with badges frisk me, teach me how to swallow pride. I took advice no fool would take. I got some habits I can't shake. I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I know enough to know. If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. When you get knocked down, you gotta get back up. That's the way it is in life and love. If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. I've been up and down and down and out. I've been left and right and wrong. Well, I walk the walk and I run my mouth. Been on that short end for too long. But if they gave medals for honky-tonk wars, hell, I'd keep mine in my chest of drawers with my IRS bills and divorce papers and all that stuff. Hell, if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. When you get knocked down, you gotta get back up. I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I know enough to know. If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.